My people, a Ghanaian woman has just been named the most influential black person in the UK.
It feels very surreal. I'm incredibly honoured, and incredibly humbled to see myself on the same list as household names like Ian Wright, Idris Elba, Dame Pat McGrath is incredible.
Hello wonderful people, welcome back to Kwejobina Studios again. Thank you for always watching our video, commenting and sharing your thoughts. In today's video is something interesting I think you should know about. Across the world, Ghanaian in diaspora are making powerful impact, building brands, breaking barriers, and proudly putting Ghana on the global map. From Europe to America, young Ghanaians are promoting African excellence through businesses, culture, fashion, and creativity. This is more than success. It is a movement to showcase the beauty, strength, and the identity of Ghana and Africa to the world. Ghana to the world, Africa to the future.
My people, a Ghanaian woman has just been named the most influential black person in the UK.
It feels very surreal. I'm incredibly honoured, and incredibly humbled to see myself on the same list as household names like Ian Wright, Idris Elba, Dame Pat McGrath is incredibly humbling.
Her name, Efuache, and she is the Chief Financial Officer of the Bank of England, one of the most powerful financial institutions in the world. She manages over €1 trillion in assets and helps guide the very policies that shape Britain's economy. She's just been ranked #1 on the 2026 Power List, which celebrates the 100 most influential black people in Britain. And what makes it even more powerful is that she's not a celebrity, not a politician, not an athlete. She's a finance executive, a strategist, a business leader who's rewriting what influence looks like.
I'm particularly happy that somebody from the public sector and someone from the Bank of England has been recognised in this way for contribution to society.
Efua was born in London to Ghanaian parents. She studied chemistry at Oxford University, then built her career in banking, working with global institutions before joining the Bank of England. Now, when she joined in 2019, she became one of the highest-ranking black women in the UK's public sector. Now let's pause for a second, because that's not just a career milestone, that's generational progress. From immigrant parents who likely dreamed of a better life for their children, to a daughter now sitting at the table where national economic decisions are made. What makes this moment so special isn't just the award, it's what it represents. Representation in room that shape the world's financial systems. Visibility in an industry where black women are still almost invisible.
What we've seen throughout history is that sometimes the contributions of ethnic minority talent or black leaders are not always recorded, and so they get forgotten and sometimes get lost. And so the Power List is fantastic because it actually showcases all of that talent and it allows people to create vision and it establishes a legacy so that people can say, yes, it's possible. Let me go for it.
Efua has spoken about leadership with humility and courage, saying that her role is not just about finance, but trust, service, and purpose.
It's more from the standpoint of we're here to serve society, and that's what motivates me, and that's what gives me my purpose. So to receive this level of recognition is absolutely incredible.
And it's that combination, intellect and integrity, that makes her influence so profound. And she's proven that excellence doesn't need permission. It just needs opportunity. So let's give Efuache her flowers, my people, the Ghanaian woman shaping Britain's economy, and share this video to let someone know that black excellence isn't just global, it's generational.
Smell this. This is a fragrance from Ghana. Not New York, not Paris, from Ghana. What do you think? Really good? From 1 to 10? You give it 10? Thank you so much. So you get to keep this. You enjoy it. If you want to place an order, you scan this. It takes you to our website. Alright, thank you too.
Now, I am proud to be the daughter of Ghanaian migrants, and they're even prouder that myself and my honourable friend, the member for Erith and Thamesmead, are jointly the first women of Ghanaian heritage to sit in this house. The support we have received from the Ghanaian community in the UK and globally has been immeasurable. Ghanaian Brits boast many notable names: Stormzy, June Sarpong, the editor of Vogue, Edward Enninful, and too many others to count. But as I'm often reminded, the most important British Ghanaian to ever walk this earth is, of course, my mum. cite my heritage not just because it's important to me, but because it underpins my experience in this country, my country, and my fear as racism and other hate crimes are on the rise. Today we're debating global Britain. And you know, there is that saying that if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know where you've come from, you don't know where you're going. And it strikes me that as a country, we cannot begin to fulfill this idea of global Britain until we first address the historic injustices of the British Empire. Injustices including slavery and colonialism. Firstly, because it's the right thing to do, but also because we may soon find ourselves out in the cold if we don't. Madam Deputy Speaker, whilst we spent years debating Brexit, and as my friend, the member for Putney, the honourable member for Putney has said, engaged in a monumental self-harm, you know that India surpassed the UK to become the 5th richest economy in the world. India, a former British colony where this country presided over a bloody partition, the Amritsar massacre and the Bengal famine. We also see countries in Africa like Ghana, Kenya and Uganda amongst the fastest growing economies in the world. Countries that Britain deliberately underdeveloped, stole resources for and brutally enslaved its people. Madam Deputy Speaker, were you aware that in the mid to late 1700s, over 50 members of this House represented slave plantations? Members of Parliament, just like me, enslaved people that looked just like me. I'm someone who firmly believes that the only way you can tackle an issue is at its very root. And the racism which I and many others in this country face on a daily basis has its very root in these injustices. Not only will this country, my country, not apologise, and by apologise I mean properly apologise, not expressing deep regret. Not only will they not apologise, they have not once offered a form of reparations. Now, people see reparations as some kind of idea of handing over large sums of money, but why could we not start with it today? Simple things like fairer trade. Simple things like returning items that do not belong to us. And simple things like cancelling debts that we have paid over and over again. And I believe the reason for this, Madam Deputy Speaker, is because we only apologise to our equals. We only make amends with our equals. So I have to ask, how can I be equal to every other member in this House when this is how this House treats people that look just like me?
Where are you from?
I'm from Ghana.
The name Ghana translates to what in English?
Warrior King.
Ghana was formerly known as?
The Gold Coast.
Where does the name Accra come from?
The Akans.
What does it mean?
It means ants because of the numerous anthills we have.
What do most Ghanaians have in common?
Probably food, music, and like TikTok memes and stuff. Probably our features. We got almond eyes, cheekbones, nice hair, and we're also really good at maths.
What unites Ghanaians? What brings you closer together?
Probably football.
Tell me something most people don't know about Ghana.
Currently there's something called Dirty December, and a lot of people don't know this, but a lot of the locals aren't very happy about it.
Why aren't they happy about it?
First of all, I think the connotations Dirty December is one thing, and some people aren't respecting the culture and the locals. Just be respectful and enjoy. In 1961, Ghana built the world's largest man-made lake. Also, we have a plant that cures malaria. And lastly, we have coffins which you can design to whatever color you want, pattern, shape. You can basically make a car if you wanted to.
So if the plant doesn't work, you end up in the coffin.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm so proud of my Ghanaian brothers. And right now, I think I want Ghanaians to be the one representing our African culture and heritage. In every place where African culture is to be represented, Ghanaians should be the one doing that.